Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I recently posted a photo of my floating bookshelves, not necessarily bookshelves, in a home decor group on Facebook for Icelanders, and it was a huge hit. So I just wanted to show you all how I created them, and it's actually quite simple. But before we get to this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and please give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment. That would be greatly appreciated. I want to know what you like seeing. It's actually quite simple to make these floating bookshelves, but keep in mind they are not meant to be heavy load bearing. Like, just put on some light tchotchkes on them and some plants. What you need to make these floating bookshelves is some old books that you don't care about or you're not looking to read again, a couple of screws. Make sure the screws are almost the exact same thickness as the book. It's okay if they're slightly more, because as the screw enters the book, you actually want it to reach the outer layer of the book as well. So it kind of gets all the way through and kind of pulls the book together. If the screw is longer than the thickness of the book, you could always kind of just do two books together, and that way the screws will get through both books. And then you need a metal bracket. I found these really good ones from Rona because they come in different lengths on each side. So you can use the longer side to go in the book and the shorter side on the wall, because you want to create that illusion that the books are floating. So if you have a book that is this thick or thicker, it will hide it perfectly. If it's not, what I do is that I stack another book on top of it. And that's the thing about these shelves as well, because they can be floating bookshelves. And that way you use them to stack other books on them, and that will hide the backside of the bracket perfectly. And then of course you need a drill. All right, so what I am going to do is I'm going to use this red book here called Secret State. What you can also do actually is to print fake covers for your books. So if you want to use a book that looks like your favorite books, or you're worried about the title that you found because they sometimes might look odd, like supply and demand, and you can just create these fake covers for your book, fake paperback covers for your books, and make it look a little bit nicer. But I don't know, I kind of like having these weird titles on my wall, and it's a little bit hilarious that I managed to find a book called Secret State and then Supply and Demand. Some connection there perhaps. So first thing first, you have to first of all see if the metal bracket is tall enough in the back that the holes are visible and you are able to fasten them to the wall after you have fastened it to the book. If the book is thicker and completely hides the bracket, you will first have to attach the bracket to the wall and then attach the book to the bracket. I should also mention, make sure these screws are flat top screws. So when you screw them in the book, they go flush with the book itself, and it helps with the illusion. What I have also done to hide the screws, if they're visible easily when you look under the book, is simply to glue another book underneath And that kind of creates another fun effect. I use like a very thin, light little book to put underneath, and that creates the illusion that the books are floating on an even smaller book. So since this book is not thick enough to cover the backside of the bracket, I'm able to actually fasten the bracket to the book before I hang it up. It will require me to use a screwdriver and manually screwing it in, but for the sake of this video, it's just easier for me to show you how to fasten the bracket to the book if I do it that way. And also, since we're hiding the bracket on the inside, what we want to do is to make sure to position the bracket in a way that it's completely flush to the wall. And we're going to need to draw some guides. So what I do is that I take the bracket and I center it, and then I lay it on the countertop like this. And then I take a pencil, because you want to be able to erase the marks, because otherwise they will be visible. Just do a little here and a little here, and then into the holes where you want to fasten the book. I found it is more than enough to do 2 screws, especially when the books are this small. And you want to make sure that the books are a little bit sturdy looking. There is a way to reinforce the book a bit. You could cut out the pages in a bit of a U shape, so it will still look like pages on the sides, but place a piece of wood in here the same thickness. Or you could take spray adhesive and kind of spray all of the pages as much as you can, and then let it dry, and then kind of make it like one solid piece of wood. Would practically be making it back into a tree, the ultimate recycling. But I've found that if you just get the screws in there correctly, it's pretty tough. And if the book is not too wide, it is more than enough support. And after I've created my guides on the outside of the cover of the book, I can place the bracket inside. I know exactly where to place it. You will have to do it off of a ledge because it sticks down a little bit. So I know exactly where the holes are. And since we're drilling through a book, you don't really need to do pilot holes. It certainly wouldn't hurt to do pilot holes, but I don't. And then since you can never, like, you try your hardest to place the bracket almost exactly where the hole is, but it's hard to be 100% precise. So what I do is that I just start really slowly until the screw kind of like nudges the hole in the right place. It's a good thing to let the screws burrow a bit into the book, because that way the screw and the flat head of it will go into the cover, so it's easier to hide it. It will look flush to the book, and also it kind of holds the book better together and creates a smoother surface. As you can see, you are able to see the screws underneath. There are many ways you could hide this. You could paint over them with the same color, or you could use the fake cover and kind of just glue it on, and that would hide the screws as well. But it's time to install it, and now you have your own floating bookshelves. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have decided to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure you never miss a video. I release a new video almost every single week, and you can find me on my various social media. They're all down below in the description, and you can see them at the end of this video. I hope you give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you next time. Bye.